Hey everyone, and welcome back to Inspired Tapping TV. I'm your host and coach, Susan Joy Greco. And today we take on, in episode number 4, we take on the dragon of relationships and how often we feel frightened or angry or numb about getting involved with people. So here's my story. Recently, I reconnected with an old friend from college on Facebook, and we got together face to face. Had lunch, laughed about the old days, and then talked about, current life. So my friend recently got divorced about 2 years ago, and she was sharing with me, she said, I know that I should be getting out there, and I know that I should be dating more, but I just don't have the heart. I'm just so afraid that I'm going to get hurt again. And, you feel that, right? And then she laughed and she said, men, you can't live with them and you can't live without them. So, I feel so much compassion when people are in this area of relationships, and struggling because human beings are so designed for relationships. We're social, gregarious beings. And there's so much pain when someone's afraid to get involved. So luckily, we got together at a good time because I was able to introduce her to tapping, and we were able to look at, where did she learn these ideas, these beliefs about relationships? And, I said to her, where did you learn that? Where do you remember hearing that for the first time? And she, quickly went back into when she was a child and things that were said around the house, things, well-meaning things that her parents said and her relatives said and things that she overheard, about people can't be trusted and guard your heart and just a lot of different personal stuff probably that you're very familiar with. And we did some tapping, and she just really got such clarity on this. It was a joy to watch, and she is dating. So really excited, and I promise I'll keep you informed about how that goes. But as I was driving home, feeling really good because I'd really been able to help her, and driving home and thinking, that statement could be used with anybody, You could say, men, you can't live with them. You can't live without them. You could say, my kids, I can't live with them. I can't live without them. You could say, my boss, So I think you get what I'm driving at here. Relationships will test us, maybe like nothing else. There's can be so much pain, but there's always so much potential in relationships because they're launching pads. Boom! Once you let go of the stuff that's limiting you, you can fly. So let's fly now. Let's do some tapping on the subject of our attitudes about relationships. So tapping is also known as emotional freedom technique. It is a stress reduction technique. It is a combination of exposure therapy and cognitive therapy where we use our fingertips, tapping along meridian lines, the acupressure points. It's really the best of East and West therapy. So I'm going to give you a statement, and when you hear it, feel how strong and true that is for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being really strong, the statement is, I'm afraid of getting involved with relationships because I don't want to get hurt. And you might tweak it. You might say, I am afraid. You might say, I'm anxious, I'm angry, I'm numb. Some version that's true for you, and give it a number. Is it 10? Is it 6? I'm afraid of getting involved with relationships because I'm afraid of being hurt. And let's start tapping on the karate chop. Even though I'm afraid of people, I accept my feelings and I love me and me. Repeat after me. Even though I'm afraid of getting involved in relationships, I don't want to get hurt again. I accept my feelings and I love me and me, even though I don't want to take the risk or the bother of being involved in relationships. I accept my feelings and I love me and me. Eyebrow point. I am scared of relationships. Side of the eye. I could get hurt in relationships. Under the eye. I feel scared and numb about relationships. Nose. I am afraid of relationships. Chin. But they are everywhere. Collarbone. I can't avoid all relationships. People are everywhere. Top of the head. So I never really feel safe. Eyebrow. I am scared of getting involved with people. Side of the eye. So scared of not knowing what to say. Under the eye. Or how to act. Under the nose. Or what to do. But I need people. I'm really designed to be with people. Even I have to admit that. Top of the head, despite what they said about me and about people. Oh boy, what they said about people. I remember what they said about people. How they couldn't be trusted. But what if they were wrong? Under the nose. What if relationships are like air for me, easy and necessary? Chin. I see couples everywhere. Happy couples. Collarbone. I see happy friends everywhere. Business partners everywhere. What if my instinct is right to allow more people into my life? Side of the eye. Then maybe I could feel some relief. Maybe I could rediscover some things about myself. Would that be okay? Would that be okay to allow myself to remember my gifts and humor? To trust my instincts? It's time for me to let go and go with the flow. I am ready to take some steps and to breathe again. I have felt this way before, and things turned out well for me. When I look over my life, I see there are these passages where life is stable, maybe even a little boring, and then something new comes in. And I get to learn something about myself and others that makes sense to me. That feels like a journey I'm ready for. Stop and breathe. How's that feel on a scale of 1 to 10? So feel free to go through that as many times as you want, looking to reduce the stress level. You'll see it in the numbers as the numbers come down. Let's do an additional tapping. When you've got your numbers and you're feeling in a good place, a 6 or 3, something like that, or lower, then just do this little extra positive tapping round. I have felt this way before, and things turned out well for me. When I look over my life, I see there are these passages where life is stable, maybe even boring, and then something comes in. And I get to learn something about myself and about others. That makes sense to me, and that feels like a journey I am ready for. That feels like a journey I am ready for. Well, I always have so much fun doing this with you. It's great to see you. I'm looking forward to our next time together. In the meantime, tap on and be well. Bye.